Hey everybody, Dan and Sarah here, .com Homestead. We went on a camping trip. We were out there for a week. So this is Sarah's camping trip. First things first, we got to set up our tent. That's one thing she has a lot of fun doing. Now the tent I'm using here is an old Wenzel. It's it's got to be at least about a 30-year-old tent. Very plain, very basic. Nowadays all the tents come with the fiberglass poles and they just slide through and pop right up. My friend Gary went with us and that's what he had, was a pop-up tent like that. This one here is an 8x10. Sarah tends to be a tent hog. So the bigger tent accommodates her and me just fine with our gear inside the tent. Very plain basic, a 2-pole system, stake out the corners. Like I said, the new tents don't need the stakes, they just support themselves. She puts some weight inside and it doesn't go anywhere. The only main thing on this one is the 2 hooks at top. Grab onto the poles, and then on the sides it has 2 pins that go into the bottom of the poles, which you'll see here in a second. Very plain, very basic, but a very functional tent. It's a tent I've had for many years, and it's always worked real good. It's seen better days, but still very functional. As you can see, Sarah gives us all the help she can by standing on the tent. She just got to make sure everything's going up perfect. Now here there's little pins that just go right into the bottom of the tubes, and that's what holds it in place. Very quick, very simple. One person can set this up. Two people helping is always a lot better. That's basically about it. There's some clips just to hold the sides up. They just snap right onto the poles. Very simple, very easy. Temperature out there right now is probably in about the mid to high 60s. Very comfortable. As the weather is concerned, it's going to be a very comfortable time out here. And there you have it. It's a very easy tent to set up. Nothing wrong with it. Water flow if it does rain, and it's not supposed to, so it's going to be a good week out here. Now this is the first morning down at the lake, which you'll see is just a short little walk from camp to the lake. Nice blue skies. It's a little breezy. See the ripples. Fish are jumping. We will get out and do some fishing. We'll also get the crawdad trap out, see what we can catch. But as you can see, it's going to be a very nice day. Now we'll just head back to camp. This is towards the evening time. And you'll see the whole walk here and that. It only takes a few minutes to get back to camp. That's how close we were. Very simple, very easy. The trail wasn't the best of trail. We kind of think it was maybe a game trail, but it served the purpose of getting back and forth to the lake real simple and very easy. It was pretty dry out there. There was no campfires, so we could not have a campfire, which is really nice when you're out camping, but it wasn't a big thing. Temperatures at night got down into the low 50s, high 40s, right around in there. Wasn't real bad at all. We did bring along a little propane fireplace that we cooked over, and if we needed to, we could turn it on and then sit around that and stay a little warm. And this is our little trail marker. Somebody lost a little booty, sock, something like that, so we left it there, just kind of saying we were on the right trail. And Sarah was having a good time being off leash the whole week. She was very, very good. She wore her harness with her bear bell, so she would not surprise anything, and if people were around, they would know that she's a pet and she's friendly, and everybody seemed to enjoy having her company even when we were fishing. This was her first trip to go fishing, so it took a while for her to get used to it. She was very anxious when we threw our lines out. She wanted to go get what we threw out, and that just wasn't going to happen. But you can see there is a trail going right back up. It's less than a 5-minute walk. Very simple, very easy, very comfortable. We could carry our chair, tackle box, fish, fishing pole, and it was really nothing at all to get back and forth. And Sarah knows the way. And then we're back at camp. Now the first night we were there, we noticed after setting the tents up and for the evening, cooking was a little challenging. Like I said, everything was really dry, and the pine needles, when the wind would blow, would just drop down onto everything, even the food. So in the morning we had breakfast, and as we were cooking we were constantly picking out pine needles. So we decided we're going to put a tarp up over our area to help alleviate some of that in our food. It wasn't bad, but it was just something we decided we were going to do. Now we've never set this tarp up before. As you've seen, it was brand new. So we were trying to decide how we were going to work this. The little propane fire pit and our table were already level and set in place. We didn't plan on putting this cover up. But I had some old tent poles laying around, so we brought those along. And we decided to just put up a simple little lean-to. That way then it keeps the pine needles off of us. Even if it did start to rain, we still had some place to sit underneath and get out of the rain. But like I said, the forecast called for great weather the whole week, so we decided to throw this up. Nothing fancy, nothing over the top, just something to keep the pine needles out of our food is what we were after. And yes, Sarah was a little bored. She wasn't doing too much at the moment. She wanted to go run and play. And like I said, very simple shelter. Just something to keep the stuff falling from the trees out of our food and off of everything. Like I said, very simple, very easy. 4 poles. You're going to need 2 guidelines for each one to hold it at a 90 to pull it tight. Very simple, very easy. But this is just the way over the years we have camped. We make do with what we have, and we've always enjoyed ourselves. On the twine drawstrings, we used a half hitch. You can look that up. Fairly easy knot. Slides up and down, and it holds it in place. And if it does come loose, you can always retighten them and get them all nice and tight. Now you see the back end is blowing in the wind. That we're trying to alleviate. So what we did was we tied the corners down and then ran a string over to the stakes just to hold that back wall in place. The little fire pit was nice, but the wind did affect it a lot, and we decided to put up a wall to where it would leave the flame going straight up instead of blowing sideways. Just a quick, simple little shelter to be underneath and cook. Wasn't no need for shade. It was very comfortable out there. And there you have it. One shelter set up. Now this was our meal we had. We made a ham steak with garlic noodles and some garden fresh tomatoes, and it was delicious. Now this is the next morning on the lake. Got out here a little early. Nice fog came in overnight, just a low cloud. But still, water was just absolutely perfect out there. And this was about 48 degrees. Still a little chilly, but very nice. Very peaceful lake. Very peaceful. Good fishing. Now that afternoon, my friend Gary went out and he threw the crawdad trap out. Now Sarah, she likes him and she wanted to get to him in the worst way. She's never really seen him in a boat, so she's not understanding what it is, but she's very curious. So she can swim, she just prefers not to. She'd rather just walk around in the lake and sit in it, lay in it. But you can see she's very, very alert as to what he's doing. But she was having a lot of fun. She had a good time out there this week. And we decided to get the little motor scooter out and go for a ride. And this way Sarah gets some exercise. So we went up and down the roads. She had a lot of fun with it. Now, this is just some of the roadway we went up and down quite a few times. She never gets tired of running alongside the bike. It's good mountain, fresh air. The scenery is just absolutely beautiful. I'm sorry for the camera work. I tried a new GoPro head harness and didn't get it adjusted quite right. It was a little high. But as you can see, this is a very well maintained road. There was a few vehicles that came up and down, but it wasn't really bad. Tall trees, not a lot of underbrush. Easily to see. It's another little road we tried going up. It was pretty steep. So we don't really know what's up that little road. Someday we'll get up there. Now here's another little campsite, which isn't bad. It's got room. 2 tents easily, both vehicles, our tarp set up. It's about, maybe a mile from the lake. This isn't, we could walk this, but this is where we would probably jump in the Jeeps and head down to the lake and do our fishing. So we're going to head back, and Sarah's setting the pace. She's getting a little tired, but she's got a good pace going on and she's enjoying herself. See the clear skies up there, a few wispy clouds, but it was a very, very pleasant temperature. This was t-shirt weather for the middle part of September. That's not bad. We chose a very good week to go out camping. This road right here, you can bring just about any car you wanted up. The mud holes some of them are a little deep. Just have to take your time over top of those. But other than that, a very, very pleasant, well-maintained road. I'm grateful to the Forest Service for that. Here's another little dispersed campsite we found. Took the bike down in there and that just to go take a look. It's got a fire pit. There's room for maybe 1 tent. 2 tents would be a little off on that. I don't think it would cover it as well. But for the most part, it's a nice little camp. The only thing is you have to park out alongside the road and then carry all your gear in, which isn't bad. The cars are not that far away, but it's just a matter of if this was the only thing open, we could make this work. Here's another little small one. This one I decided just to go ahead and walk into. I could have taken the bike in there, but we just walked into this one. This one right here is a very small little spot. I think for like a little 4-man tent, a couple people would be very comfortable in this little spot. But still, very beautiful all the way around. You see the sun shining in. It's a very nice little campsite. And these are all over the place up there. Very comfortable. Very peaceful. Now this is another spot. This is more outside the official campsite. We've always parked our cars right here and then walked down to the lake. Our camp is basically just almost right up across the road from here. Now people have camped down in here. Just prefer not to. Everybody knows this is a spot you can park and then walk down to the lake. So I'm sure if we were camping there, people would be walking through our camp all the time, and that's just something we just didn't want. But a lot of room here, plenty of room. And then as you see on the tree there, not the no campfire signs, which that's fine. We did not really need a campfire except to cook, but the little propane camp pit did us just great the whole week while we were out there. Gary's sitting in the sun. And here comes Sarah. She's tired. We went probably for about a 3-mile ride. Now these are the crawdads we caught. We only got 3. We think the time of year may have affected that. But at least we all got one. Sarah loved hers. Now this is another evening shot. This is the end of our week here last night there. Leave you with this parting look of the lake in the evening. Smash that like button. Please subscribe and don't forget to share. Sarah really likes having everybody watch the videos. Y'all take care now and have a good day. Bye.